Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to round 4 of the DxT Transnation Esports League. Join me at almost 20 past time, British Standard Time. Here we are around round 4, around the Shanghai Grand Prix, or Shanghai Circuit. Chinese Grand Prix! Yes, that! Anywho, so far, qualifying looks nice and dry. Unsure about the actual race itself. God knows what's going to happen for that. Anywho, as you can see, 4 drivers on the medium tyres so far, just going out on their outlaps. DxT Joker, who I believe is first out on track, yep. Then also DxT Mars, DxT Rico, and also DxT Glitch. The remaining drivers, of course, as you can see, are on the soft compounded tyre. Anyone that's in the race, please inform me of the the weather for the race, as I'm sure Canada can be. Jesus Christ, China! I'm not on the ball at all today. We'll see what the weather's like for China for the race, as anything could happen. Hoping for a wet race. Should mix things up a bit more. As we ride on board with... Oh, that's good, invalid. No? Okay, that's very wide. As we ride on board with DxT Joker, he will begin his first lap. Turn 1, basically 2. And very wide, missing the apex completely. That's just cutting straight over the apex. Going to get a very poor exit. But luckily, it's got plenty more time to adjust. For probably 3 more runs, I'd say. Anyway, I will quieten down, let the stream enjoy the beautiful sound of the McLaren. McLarens are amazing. I don't care what anyone says. McLarens will reign supreme. Anyway, I'll mute my mic and allow you lot to be taken through the remainder of the lap. As he sets a provisional time of 34.2, instantly cut down by 2.1 seconds over the King. And then Krob. Of course it had to be Krob. Why would there be nothing but Krob? Fellow co-commentator like myself, or commentator like myself, covers the Saturday League, that's hosted by Transnation. Anywho, enough about that. We'll have another look at to see anyone else where they are. Sviffo goes nowhere. He must have invalidated his lap or something. In lap. We'll see what Mr. Rod Diaz, who's currently P3, has to say. Also, it is currently a Ferrari 2-3. As it takes up those couple of corners very nicely indeed. Hits the apex nicely. Runs a tad wide, but not the worst. Losing it a little bit, that's going to invalidate. Yep. Unfortunate for Mr. Rod Diaz. Ready Knight might be on a lap. I won't know if he's on a lap. As he gets a big look up into the hairpin. No. As Hobo invalidates, likely going to be going to the pits. Yep. DxT Glitch, currently 4 attempts up on his time. We shall ride on board with him, see how he does on the medium tyres. As you can see, Rico, I know, Vectus, who has somehow joined us, has gone onto the medium tyres. He will probably be looking to do a lap. I don't know where he is on track. He's a little bit further forwards, but he's invalidated, unfortunately. Ride back aboard with Glitch, who's currently about 8 attempts off on his time, just under. But there's always hope. Wait, never mind, he's invalidated. I don't know where, but he did. That's such a shame for the lads. Simseku is not on a lap. As you can see, Mars just leaving the pit lane. Most people in the pits at this time. We'll be also expecting DxT Glitch probably have to start on another lap. Yep. See where Glitch manages to go. 8 attempts up. There's potential there. I mean, based on his tyres compared to the rest of the pack, is only expecting to jump P5 maximum if he's only 8 attempts up, which is a bit of a shame. But there's nothing much you can do. Effectus has already invalidated his lap. Typical Effectus. Red back on board with Glitch, as he's the only one actually on a lap right now. That hasn't invalidated, of course. As we head into the final corner now. Never mind. Very well. Effectus looks to be going for another lap. Well, we'll ride on board with Rico, who currently sets for purple sector 2. However, based on the fact that the medium tyres, it won't mean anything, because the grip levels in comparison, will definitely be quite a way off. As Rico runs just a little bit wide there, going into the final corner. Let's see what he does. A bit wide through there, missing the apex. We'll take it a bit more aggressively. Anyway, up to P6, P5, sorry. It's not a bad lap. It's not a bad lap. Again, obviously, time to gain. Just through looking at Rico and the way he's taken those corners. There's always time to gain. Ride on board with the Keg King. Runs very wide there, and it's not going to help his lap at all. As he goes through the final corner now. Again, with the slightly dodgy angles. Just about improves, however he's still 2 seconds off the crop. As you can see, there's a massive spin from the Rod Diaz. Luckily he's off the track in time. It's very unfortunate for Mr. Rod Diaz. Sogito seemed to have gone 1.5 seconds up on his lap. Well done. Rico again, another half second up on his time. It's very, very impressive. Again, based on the compound tyres he's using, likely just going to bump him back up to P5. I unfortunately don't see him gaining, what, 9? Yeah, I mean, it's doable. That's much better from DxT Rico there. As you can see, going across the line, yeah. Only improving by 6 tenths. Pushing him back up. Oh, P6. P5, then P6. Because Hobo has just gone P2. Jeez! The lucky guy. I'm sure Danny Boy over there is going to be very pleased with that lap. Sogito is on his in lap. Glitch has improved by 8 tenths. I don't know if that was a valid lap time. Riding on board with DxT Miles, who's going to set his first, hopefully competitive lap of the evening. With just around 6 minutes left on the timer. There's enough for this run and maybe one more. Yeah, that's what you want to do for DxT Miles. Jesus Christ. With a 1:31.2. Very, very nicely done by DxT Miles. Especially considering he's on the medium compound of tyres. Which would be interesting to see. Also, if he can get out of the way for Simseku. Might be on a lap. Might not be on a lap. Won't know until he... And it doesn't really matter because Mars has got out of the way. Thank you, Mars. We will ride back on board with DxT. No, we'll go on board with Hobo's going in. Mars, no. Rico, definitely not. We'll ride back on board with Glitch. See how he does. As we go across the line, pushes him to P4 with a 1:31.7. Very, very nice from him indeed. Effectus is on a lap. Spiffo is also on a lap. So we'll ride on board with Simset. No, we will ride on board with Spiffo. As I believe he is the next car on track to set a lap. Well, a probably improved one because Simseku is still 3 tenths down. As he has some bits. Anyway, quickly back. Wait. Back on board with Spiffo. As he hits the final corner. That's very nice. That's going to invalidate. Yeah, that's very unfortunate for Spiffo. 32.7 would have put him E7. Anyway, riding on board with Vectus now, getting a nice toe down the straight. All thanks to Mr. Rod Diaz. I don't know what effect his plan is. No lockup. Nice to see. I don't know whether he's using ABS or not. He hits the final corner nicely. Again, could take a little more apex. And geez, he's up to P2! A solid 131.1. Unfortunately, it's still not fast enough to touch that time of Krobs at a 30.2. But there's always hope. Anywho, riding on board with... Is Spiffer going to do a lot? No, Spiffer's invalidated. Right on board with Mr. Rod Diaz again. As you can see, Mr. Rod Diaz is, interestingly enough, not... Right, well, Effect just needs to get out of the way, because he's not on a lap. What I was saying, Effectus is on... No, he's not on a lap. Anyway, Mr. Rod Diaz going through the final corner. That's very aggressive. Could probably take a little more speed. Anywho, it's across the line. Slight improvement. It's P6. Finally getting into 32s. Unfortunately, for the likes of Rico, etc., etc. As you can see, Rico is just retired in the pit lane. Feeling that he's not going to set a lap and that he's happy on the medium tyres. Anyway, Rennie Knight going across the line in 3, 2, 1. Is 6.7 seconds down on his time, which indicates he's going to just start a lap now. For the rest of the crew, Obo is unfortunately validated. The cheeky boy is on the medium tyres time, which is a bit confusing. So Miles, now he's set a lap time with a 31.7. Still 1/10 down on DxT Hobo. Rod Diaz is currently 1.5 tenths off on his lap as he hits the very long straight that no one likes in this game because it's just too long. I mean, some people like it, some don't. Personally, I'm not a favourite. Well, it's not one of my favourite tracks, this, anyway. It's at 4. But anywho, let's see how Mr. Rod Diaz does in the final corner. Very nicely done. DRS open. And across the line is only a 1/10 improvement. Keeps him in P6 for now. It's unfortunate for Mr. Rod Diaz, unfortunately, who's not going to be able to improve on his lap time. As you can see, DxT Glitch is 0.25 up on his lap. But we'll also have a little look. Miles is slightly down on his time. Hobo, his qualifying's over. What's happening with this car right now? He's lagging all over the place. This is not good for him. As you can see, Miles hits the final corner nicely. DRS open. Will he improve? Will he improve? Will he improve? He does! The P2! Oh my god, so it's DxT Miles, P2, but would anyone knock him out? Put him down to P3. Well, DxT Hobo will definitely not be hoping to do that because he's invalidated, as we've seen before. DxT Glitch! I'll have to pull some worldy thing out here. Most likely going to keep him in P5 though. As he hits the final corner very nicely. Good exit. And he improves to P4, pushing DxT Hobo down to P5. So it's looking good for Red Bull. As you can the Vectus P3, Glitch P4. Unfortunately for Spiffo, likely invalidated his lap times, so he'll be starting from the back. Very unfortunate for him. Simseku, P12, currently, with a 33.5. Rainy Night, going, what is it, PI? That, yeah. But anywho, we will ride on board with the Vectus as he's the last on board. I also forgot to mention, because of the weekend that's in real life, you may see that there are a few drivers out here driving with pinkish helmets, as you can see from a few drivers. Not that we can really see many on board. For those that are actually on track, you can see they're decent. They've got pink helmet designs. Well, some do, some don't. And this is to commemorate the passing of Antoine Hubert. No one likes to see a death in F1. Anyway, Vectus moves into P2. But yeah, as I was saying, this race is mainly to commemorate Antoine Hubert. It's a tragic accident. Everyone around the world who follows the sport is shocked because there hasn't been a death since, I believe, Jules Bianchi. Don't quote me on that. There may have been one sooner. But in terms of world knowledge, this is the biggest thing since then. But yeah, F1 is doing whatever they can to improve the safety of the sport. As you can see with the halo. But yeah, sad times. But we move on. Anyway, to round off qualifying with 13 drivers, as Krob in the Haas manages to get P1 with a 130.2, 6 tenths quicker than DxT Effectus in the Red Bull, and then to round out the top 3, DxT Miles in the Racing Point with a 31 dead. Also on the medium tyres, interestingly enough, DxT Glitch P4, DxT Hobo P5, Mr. Rod Diaz in P6, DxT Joker P7, the Keck King P8, Sogito P9, Rainy Night running out the top 10. Unfortunately for Rico, P11 on the medium tyres was not enough, and then Simseku P12, and of course DxT Spiffo in P13. Be interesting strategy this. I haven't done too much around China, because like I said earlier, China is not the track for me. But as you can see, according to the sky, it's not going to rain, or it shouldn't. Hopefully looking towards a dry race, meaning the soft compounded tyres will probably go off relatively quickly, because they always have round here, because this is such a high demanding track in terms of the length, as it is one of the longer tracks on this calendar. And also, it is one of the more entertaining if it rained, but it didn't. But it'll be interesting to see what kind of strategy people are on. At the same time, it'd be very interesting to see the different setups, because some people will probably run higher because of the first and second sector. And then, of course, you forget you have the really, really long straight, which will be very, very effective for low downforce cars. Anyway, on to the formation. Let me go. Be very interesting to see what happens. Yeah, as you can see for constructors, it's looking pretty decent for Red Bull right now. Been quite high up in the table. Well, not in the table, sorry. In the current situation. We'll have a look at the... We'll keep the telemetry open, just so we get an idea about the ERS. As you can see, okay, this is a very interesting call here. Obviously, DxT Miles is on the medium tyres in P3. Then you move down the order. DxT Rico is stuck on his medium strategy. Be looking to go quite deep into the race. Sim Seku likewise. And DxT Spiffo is on the hard compound tire. I have no idea how this is going to work out for him because I don't like the hards in this game. But it'll be very, very interesting to see how he does. Probably looking to go very far into this race. Locking up there. Of course, we don't want people to have an issue. As you can see down, this is a beautiful camera angle. Being able to see everyone warm their tires up. Be very interesting to see what happens from here. As you can see, also, as I said earlier, with commemorating Antoine Hubert, you can see majority of DxT drivers are rocking a pink designed helmet to show their appreciation. Some have unfortunately forgotten, but a few have remembered, which is a nice feeling. As you can see, Hobo wearing pink. Mr. Diaz, no. Joker has got some pink on there, I believe. The Kick King has also got some pink. I don't know whether that's due to helmet design. Rennie Knight also wearing pink. DxT Rico also wearing pink. Spiffo is in the dirt. I don't know what's happened there. Whether he's just lost it, trying to warm up the tyres or whatever, but the tyres are going to be done for now. They're going to be so bad off the line because there's just going to be so much dirt. Anywho, as we take off the needed telemetry, and you can see DxT Spiffo just rounding out and catching up, as you can see. All right on board with Krob. There's 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, 5 lights! And away we go! That's a very, very long hold from this game. Anywho, this will be interesting to see turn 1. Expecting some contact. Seems all clean so far. There's a Williams diving it so far around the back. There's definite contact back here then. What is going on here? DxT Rico's been caught up in it. Glitch also been caught up in it. We'll see the wing damage situation. No damage, no damage. The Williams just dived it down the outside. Glitch may have got away with it as well. Oh, yeah, Glitch has got away with it. So is Rico. Joker, unfortunately for him, not so much. As you can see down below, the predicted pit stop strategy being a 2-stop regardless. So we are going to probably see the soft, medium for the soft runners. Then possibly the medium softs for those that started on the mediums. And for Spiffo, it'll be an interesting one. But he might be able to stretch it to a 1-stop, being the hards to the mediums, if he's managing to deal with his tyres effectively. Anyway, slowly moving up the field. Let's see the Kick King losing a bit. Rennie Knight? No, he's going to be smart about this. He's going to let off. And he's going to go again down the straight. As Kick King has unfortunately used all his ERS that he had available to him in that lap. DxT Miles still 4 tenths off Effectus. The grid's a bit messed up because DxT Joker is in the pit lane now. No, that's wait. What? Okay, no, we'll leave it. We'll leave it for now. So A, we're not on lap 3. Codemasters, this needs fixing as soon as it really can be. This is getting a bit ridiculous now. Krob is having a bit of fun, losing the rear here and there. Effector's also having a bit of fun there, getting a bit tail happening. As you can see, Mars is looking very, very feisty on the medium combatter tyres, don't forget. because Mars is that fast, he can do whatever he wants. As you can see, Effectus has just run wide. But will that give him a decent exit? No, not really, because of the amount of speed required down this straight. Although Mars not using overtake mode as much as Effectus was. There's no way Effectus can go for that move. It's really ridiculous. As you can see, the actual delta and everything, the orders sorted itself out. And Mars has got a way to get back up to Krob. He looks very, very good around this track. Joker's out of the race. DxT Joker is out. I don't know what's happened there. He must have lost it, overcorrected, hit the wall. Bringing out the virtual safety car. As you can see, Rico is running very wide to the point where he's gone off the track. It's very unfortunate for him. Giving Miles a great opportunity to catch up, actually. I don't know whether it's just down to the deltas or whatnot. Yeah, it definitely is. Miles is again as much time as he can. Same for Hobo. He will at some point have to back out. Of course, I can't see when the virtual safety car is coming in. Ending. Hobo's engine is driving me crazy already, and I've hardly been listening to it for that long. You can see battle for P10. Going nicely. Again, virtual safety car still in. Soggy Toe's got a drive for penalty. I'm pretty sure also someone else get a drive for penalty there. But we will be able to see who did get a penalty. As you can see, King Rennie Knight going side by side. Rennie Knight, I believe, lost a position there. Maybe, maybe not. Wasn't concentrating. My bad. My apologies. As you can see, Rico further down the order is going side by side with Sogito down the hairpin. No one has gone in for the drive-through penalty. We'll move up to DxT Hobo, who's currently hunting down the likes of Effectus. Also, these two are very annoying back here because they keep swapping places. Make your mind up, Rico. Come on, lad. Do it for DxT. No bias, I promise. As a DxT member myself, you can only watch and hope that the owner does well. Of course, of course. But we don't want Sogito to miss out on any opportunities, as we all wish the best for every driver. Moving on to Hobo again. Seems to be one of the closest battles so far. There's yellow flags. And that's Spiffo, who's not lost any who's not going to damage, interestingly enough. However, those hard tyres will be done. As you can see, yeah, he spun it, which means his tyres are done for because they're going to be so warm right now. As you can see, also Rico, what the hell? I know what's happened. He's unfortunately lost it under traction, sending him into the wall. That's very unfortunate for Rico. As we move up to the field, as Effectus, I believe, got the drive-through penalty as well. Bringing Hobo back or into the podium spot for now. Rennie Knight also in the pits. None of them had drive-through penalties. Sogito, however, I believe does have a penalty. We will see whether he serves it now. As we will look at the intervals to see nearest battle on track. Looks probably to be around Simseku. No, Rennie Knight and Spiffo having some fun. Spiffo's tyres will be done, and also the fact that Rennie Knight's tyres are so much newer. As you can see, the big lock up from Rennie Knight. Unfortunately, does he give enough room? Yeah, he does. But we just see how Spiffo does on these hard tyres. If he does well, he does well. This is probably one of the underdogs with his strategy. See if he can pull out that one stop. Might be able to go to the end on mediums. But then that's if he maintains those tyres. No promise. As you can see, Mars and Krob maintaining that 2.5 second gap. Don't forget, however, there's a yellow flag again. Sogito is spun where Rico spun. DxT Hobo is in the pit lane. We will see the tyres. As you can see, Effectus Ready Night Dig. Yeah, people are beginning to make stops for the medium compounded tyres if they were on the softs. As you can see, also Mr. Roddias not that far away. Hobo's back with Effectus, so there hasn't really been much of a change in terms of overcuts, undercuts, etc. etc. And as we look at the positions gained or lost, currently Samseku, the current best with 8 positions gained. The Ket King followed with 5 positions gained. And then we have the unfortunate people like Sogito getting a 3-second penalty. Sogito is lost 3 places. Same for Effectus, Hobo. But don't forget, people are still to make pit stops, as this is just the early stage of the race. And you can see the leader, Krob, is in the pit lane. Did not get speeding the pit penalty. Likely going to go onto the medium tyres, as Mr. Roddias gets a 3-second penalty. The Ket King also in. As you can see, the swap for the medium compounded tyres from Krob. As you can see, the Ket King has gone onto the hard compound tyre, which can always mean that he will probably go to the end, although they will be very, very shredded. I'm not too sure about that. But you can always hope and pray. As you can see, Hobo is still trying to keep in reach of Effectus. However, it looks like driving away. And he's also got more ERS. Sogito pits. I'd expect this to be either wing change or just regular tyre change because of the softs. We'll soon find out. It is just a regular stop. But anyway, 7 laps in, we've already lost one runner, being DxT Joker. As you can now see, Krob has managed to get past Glitch. Well, this is going to be very fun for this race, and for Glitch's race. If he's got damage, it will ruin his race even more. You really do not like to see this at all. Really? Just that camera angle? Yeah. As you can see, Mr. Roddias in the pits. Hobo will stay on board with as he runs very, very deep. As Glitch peels into the pits to get off those horrible softs, which are definitely gone by this stage of the race. As you can see, Effectus has left the door open. Unfortunately, Hobo does not have those balls to get in there. But I suppose he's just biding his time. As you can see, Rico's in the pits. Mars has got 3-second penalty for multiple warnings, so he'll have to be careful when he's battling Krob, who's currently closing the gap to Samseku. see Hobo just a little tail happy. But overall, it's not the word. That's very tail happy. Yeah, he's not going to be able to overtake down this straight. Very lucky if he does get. Yeah, he does get DRS. Does get DRS. Spiffo, Mr. Rod Diaz going at it hand in hand. Spiffo, of course, on the hard tyres still. Mr. Rod Diaz just squeezing him off. Apologies for the yawn. Yeah, it's been a long day. As you can see, Mr. Rod Diaz is very, very overshot that corner. Krob is back in the gap. Oh, back in 1 second. That's Simseku, who's lagging all over the place. Hobo's also nearby. But we're right on board with Krob as there's a battle for P2. The difference in tyres is unbelievable. I believe Simseku is on old tyres. Yep, Simseku's on 8-lap old mediums. It's Krob on those 1-lap old mediums. So you could just see the gap, like the difference in terms of tyre wear, as Simseku's basically being pushed around each corner. As you can see, Krob going up the inside. He won't have DRS though, which will be very, very interesting to see how Simseku does around here, including dirty air and everything. This game is very, very uneasy with the car, especially with Krob, as you can see, just ahead, nearly losing it. As you can see, Simseku activated DRS and his overtake. Krob not so much. Simseku is making a very late move, locking up both tyres. But as you can see, Krob's just walking away at this point with the tyre difference. And also I'd expect probably medium runners to stop, or those that are on 9-lap olds mediums to probably stop within the next 3 laps maybe. I'd probably say 3. As you can see, still there. As you can see also Hobo and Effectus still going at it hand in hand. Quieting down a bit at the back, but Mr. Rod Diaz, we're right on board with him actually, as he's currently closing the gap to the Ket King, who's on hard tyres. Likely, like I said, going to the end. And both Ferrari teammates. Also, it makes it interesting to see whether they're in the same party or not, communicating with one another. As Rico sets the provisional fastest lap of the race with a 34.3. But back we go with Mr. Rod Diaz. We shall see what he does. Whether he's able to be just let past by the Ket King. As you can see, yellow flags. I believe that's Krob. Yeah, Krob's made another error there. Pushing him just off the track, I believe, or he's just backed out of it because that front right looks very, very dirty. As you can see, Spiffo has, again, he's just not having a great race, Spiffo. Yeah, it is Spiffo's race again, from bad to worse with these tyres. I'd just change the strategies if I could. But obviously I can't. Only thing that will probably help him now, safety car. Same with those back runners. Those behind Glitch, who are about 20 seconds off. Rod Diaz. As you can see, interestingly enough though, as well, team mode is not enforced, which you like to see from every racing team. The only time you really see it being used is if different strategies that are really, really crucial. But these two drivers do not want to give up. As you can see, Mr. Rod Diaz goes up the inside, locks up that front right. The Ket King, obviously, with a huge difference in traction, unable to maintain, and you can see they're struggling. You can see Spiffo is, Spiffo's tyres must be really short at this point. And Rico has managed to get past for P10. Anyway, catching back up to P8. Kit King still within that 1 second region though. Still fighting and fighting. Unfortunately, also being on the hard combat tires, he's lost so much time through there because he's just not been able to put the power down enough. As you can see, DxT Miles in the pits. Well, actually no, DxT Miles has just left the pit, should I say. And the overcut from medium to medium has worked a treat for DxT Miles. However, if you remember earlier, Krob making that huge mistake onto the long back straight, that's definitely hindered his position. Allowing Miles on fresh mediums to push. And this looks like provisional places. Apart from Simseku, of course, who'll probably be making his lap. Who's pissed off. Probably around this lap. As you can see, DxT Effectus catching up on much newer tyres. No pressure done. As you see, also Rico further down. Catching up to Spiffo. I don't know what's happened there, whether Rico's just made a mistake or something. But anyway, right back on board with Effectus. And also you can see in the background, Hobo's just catching up, slowly but surely. On even newer tyres. See Effectus getting the move done even before DRS is active. Just shows you the power of that overtake button. Simseku is obviously still there, as you can see. Also Rico's again looking feisty. Dirty Air not enabling to pass. Roddias not really been able to do much either. Simseku is just backing off now. As you can see, pit window's open for the hard, so he's going to do a one stop. Oh Jesus, Simseku, yeah. We'll be doing that one stop then. And Spiffo likewise, as I said earlier. Simseku also losing that 1 second gap now. Down. Looks like DxT Rico will likely get the move done from DxT Spiffo. Willing to brake as late as he can, get the car turned in enough. Also because Spiffo's tyres are that gone, you can see Rico just walking away at that point. Anyway, moving back on, this is very interesting between the two drivers of P6 and 7, P4 and 5. I'd like to also say thank you for the current people within my stream still watching. Hope I'm not boring you too much. And also once again for those that are listening in that are racing, hope you don't bin it like I normally do. As you can see, Hobo's just done a Daniel Ricciardo. Yellow flags in sector 2. Who's that? Spiffo's really not having a good day here. His tyres are gone. He's spun about 4 times, I think. As you can see, Simseku's just peeling into pits now. Just making the time for the pit stop entry. Mr. Roddias will ride on board with next, as he's the next closest person on the track. As you can see, Simseku has indeed gone on the hard combat tyres going to the end. And for the likes of Mars, like I said earlier with the medium runners, probably medium softs. We'll also be expecting him to pit in probably say 5 laps time. Maybe 6? Around that, as you know, because softs last about 5 laps time, or 5 laps. So we're only expecting it maybe, say lap 21, 22. Probably be at lap 21. But anyway, still riding on board with the Roddias. As you can see, Rico's gone onto the hard tyres as well. The soft stint is over. so Rico did soft off hard then, I believe. As you can see, no, Rico didn't do that anyway. DxT glitch with 3-second time penalty. Probably be seeing Mr. Rod Diaz in the pits, probably next lap, lap after maybe. We didn't see softs lasting more than about 8 laps, 9 laps. Some Sekus here about there. Anyway, about halfway into the lap, halfway into the race now. Still 12 runners. Unfortunately, once again for DxT Joker. His race got cut short because of driver error, I believe. But as it stands, there's also another yellow flag who's spun it this time. Let me guess. Yep, of course, Spiffo. As you can see, also Spiffo getting lapped. If he doesn't move now, he's going to get disqualified. So now there's a chance to get out of the way. Spiffo is really having a bad race now. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't really want to race anymore. As you can see, also he's gone to the new medium tyres. 32 seconds behind Rico. He really has to hope for a safety car. No, actually, even at this point, the safety car won't help him because he's a lap down. Yeah. This race is not going well for Spiffo. Has he lost his wing? No. As he gets to the 3-second penalty for exceeding track limits. But anyway, quick rundown. Top 3, as Mr. Odess has actually gone into pits now. Probably gone onto the medium tyres, I'd imagine, to the end. But anyway, DxT Miles currently in P1, extending that gap out nicely to Krob, who's P2. Effectus is in P3 still, so we will be wanting Hobo to step on it and not be doing what he's doing right now. Rainy Knight is in P5. Ket King, P6. Simseku, P7. 8 is DxT Glitch, who's just logged up. P9, Mr. Rod Diaz, who has, indeed gone on to the medium compounder tyres. Sogito, 1888, runs on the top 10, and Rico, who's now cheating his way to try to get some points. We can also see Sogito just up the road, is P11, and Spiffo, who's having probably the worst race he's ever had, down in P12. Just getting condolences for him. Additionally, I believe the fastest lap of the race is currently DxT Rico. Due to the gap of people, we'll have a look at that now. So we'll actually have a look at all these things. Few penalties here and there. There's Rico cheating. DxT Miles, does he have the fastest lap? 33.8. I believe the fastest lap still is held in Rico's name. As you can see, Mr. Rod Diaz has got past Ket King. As you can see, he's just quickly changed around there. You can also see the strategy that people are on. Again, people are still going to have to make a stop, but I believe Rico does hold. No, what? Hey. Who's got the fastest lap of the race then? No. Mr. Rod Diaz, no. If I'm not mistaken, it must be Miles. I'm very surprised why it doesn't show you. But anywho, back to the racing. As Effectus gets 3-second penalty. Right on board with DxT Rico for the 10th P10 spot. So he's currently on much newer tyres than Sogito. So he'll have a lot more grip. As you can see, Effectus has got into the pit lane to make his third and final stop onto the medium combated tyres we go. If he made them last maybe 2 more laps, somehow, probably would have pitted. It did, Jesus. For the soft combated tyres, although they probably would have gone off quickly. Running back aboard with DxT Rico. Sogito has let him past, but at the stake of Rico not being able to get that DRS. So we'll see if Sogito can get a good enough exit here. Yeah, pretty decent one. Using overtake and everything. Rico with overtake too. That bar is very empty. What the? Okay, yes, because that was a sensible move. No. Also, you can see DxT Miles coming up to lap the owner of DxT Esports. Here we go. Sogito has retired on track. As you can see, Prop going into pits. So if Hobo wants to catch up on the stream, you'll be able to see that Sogito has unfortunately retired on track. There is solid proof of that, because you can see his car still moving, which is unfortunate for him, because he definitely has not put the car on a wall, otherwise it would have set yellow flags and then instantly. Anyway, Hobo going on to the medium tyres. Rob also went in for fresh mediums. Not really that many close battles anymore, as we await for Miles to make a decision, because he needs to pick, because I believe, medium, if I do recall. He will be probably going on to the soft combat tyres. Cheeky weave. Of course, no harm done by that. Just saying hello to Rico, I'd gather. Rico's completely missed that corner. Anyway, move down to the Mr. Rodias, who's the closest person on battle, on track right now. Will likely be battle for P6, obviously Simseku and Glitch. Although Glitch still having to make that pit stop. Mr. Rodias going to the end on these mediums. As you can see, all 3 drivers now within 1 second of each other. As Rennie Knight also hits the pit lane. Likely going on the soft compound tyre. Maybe not. Miles gets a 3-second penalty for cheating. As you can see, Rennie Knight gone onto the soft compound tyre. As you can see, DxT Glitch going around the outside of Simseku. So it's very unfortunate for Simseku. But at this point, he's doing well down. Based off track positions. We'll see if Mr. Diaz can get past quickly. As you can see, that's just overtake mode for you. Typical corner cutting as well, because he definitely has got to warn you for that, surely. But now this looks to be a battle for P5, as Mr. Diaz runs off the track slightly. Lawn mowing, but at the same time you can see Simseku just does not have the traction to maintain pace with the medium runners. As you can see, Rennie Knight also slowly gaining that time back to Pit King. So this looks like an interesting battle for P6, P7 potentially. we will not really know unless one makes a mistake. Once again, also, safety cars on this track will affect everything. If one came out now, wouldn't be surprised if everyone dived in for the soft compound tyre, just based on the pure pace. As Hobo is caught cheating! But we'll expect Miles probably in this lap for the soft compound tyres. As you can also see, Simseku's in the pits. I'm unsure as to why, because he could easily have done those to the end just for track position. Although saying that, there's still the potential for the fastest lap of the race. Don't forget, as Renat gets the 3-second penalty, somehow. Obo also gets the 3-second penalty. Yeah, Simseku, I believe, might just be going for the fastest lap at this point. Likewise, I have no idea who actually has it. I'm just going to predict that Miles has it, although I did see Rico had it earlier. But I do not believe he will be it anymore based on fuel loads and everything else. Running back on board with Mr. Rod Diaz. As you can see, Miles still has not gone onto those soft compounder tyres. As you see, Glitch has run very wide on those 12-lap-old mediums. Now DRS is open. Both using overtake modes. Glitch goes to the defensive, and then Mr. Rod just decides to send it anyway. Locking up both his tyres, going way too deep into that corner. Glitch able to get the position back. As you can see, Rennie Knight has also overtaken the Ket King. Yeah, I'm guessing yes. Also, Mr. Rod Diaz. Yeah, he's going up the inside. Glitch thinking smart. What he got? No, he's managed to clip the rear of Mr. Rod Diaz. Which won't help his time at all. 6 laps to the end. Let's see what goes down. As you can see, Glitch is just suffering with that difference in traction. Rennie Knight is all over the back of him, and again there's the Ket King, who's also joined the fun. Rennie Knight will be not looking to do that, especially with those tyres and knowing that the Ket King is right behind him. This is going to be a great battle for the end. You can see Glitch swerving all over the place on those very unsteady tyres. Rennie Knight easily takes the place. Glitch unfortunately outside 1 second. The Ket King will probably send it. Yeah, he's tried to send it twice. Fortunately, it only worked once. Well, it's P7, the Ket King. Nicely done. As you can see, Glitch going in for his final stop of the night. Component tyres. As you can, will Simseku beat Glitch out the pits? This is going to be close. Simseku does. Anywho, that's not important. Back to the battle for P5. As Ket King is really closing that gap back up to Rennie Knight. And Rennie Knight on those fresh-ish softs. Quickly making up ground, as you can see, Spiffo nicely getting out of the way. Although off the track is not ideal for his tyres. But at the same time, he's had a really, really poor race. The tyre strat just hasn't worked out. Spinning, again, not great. But there's so many more rounds. Kit King probably going to send it. Yeah, he sent it. Will Rennie get the exit? Yes, he will. No, he won't. Simseku has no ERS to give, so that's useless. Anyway, back to the higher up battle. As you can see, the Kit King has indeed maintained that position. As you can see, DxT Glitch getting a 3-second penalty. Again, you don't love to see it. Simseku has somehow made a mistake or something to be 1.4 down now. As you can see, battle with the Ferraris, and the Kit King is just messed up. Too much power in one go. Typical move by myself. So I feel for him. But there's still 4 laps left. As you also see, Miles missed it completely. Fresh set of softs. Brand new as well, so we'll expect the fastest lap from him. Anyway, moving back down. If we compare ERS, they're all about the same. Well, the Kit King has nothing to give, so he'll be so slow down this straight. However, compare that. So Mr. Rod Diaz has done everything he can just to keep ahead of Rennie Knight. It's just locked up because he just outbroke himself. And unfortunately for Rennie Knight, not able to get the power down quick enough. As you can hear by the revs. But for Rennie Knight, again, getting a good exit. Mars is cheating again. Getting a 3-second penalty. That does beg the question, when will Rennie Knight's tires die out? Because they're 4 laps old now, and judging by the fact he's struggling to get past Rod Diaz, as you can see, Mars of course getting a 1:31.6. Setting the fastest lap of the race, giving him the 26th point, provided he finishes first this race. Although he's driven a spectacular race, so I don't expect anything bad from him. But anywho, Mr. Rod Diaz's ERS is done for, whereas Rennie Knight has so much more to give. Biding his time really at this point. Able to close the gap a bit. Unfortunately locking up, ruining his tyres a bit further. Kit King also still within that second. As you can see, both drivers have badly taken those lines. 2 laps, that's all it takes to get that P5. Although we're also forgetting penalties, because I have no idea how the penalties are going to be. I'd rather make it interesting than have a look now. And also, by going into your race director, it ruins the look of how these drivers are doing in case I miss anything. So we stick on board about the P5. It'll be a shame if Rennie Knight or the Kit King don't manage to challenge Mr. Rod Diaz for that P5. But at the same time, congrats to him, Mr. Rod Diaz, if he does maintain P5. But there's no promises that will happen through errors, obviously penalties, anything. as you can see, 1 lap left. And they're still not able to catch up. DxT Glitch getting 3-second penalty. He's had quite a few of those, I think. For the best. Still hoping that Effectus manages to spin out. I know he can probably hear me as well. But yeah, Effectus, if you hear me, just a favour and let everybody get P4 or get P3. Yeah, cheers. Yeah. We'll talk after the race, provided, of course, you do get P3, because there will be interviews after this, which requires me using brain power. As you can see, Spiffo off once again. Those tyres are not having fun. He's nearly getting lapped a second time, you know, as Mars is on the final lap. Rennie Knight has made some sort of error, or Rod Diaz has just pulled. And the Ket King is still within that 1 second gap. Braking as late as he can, trying to get the best exit. That's a great exit from the Ket King though. This man is on a mission, and also for getting warnings. Anyway, you can see Mars just in the 3rd sector there, going on to the main straight now. But also, as you can see the Ket King making his move on his final lap. What's going to happen here? But we'll quickly go back to DxT Mars, who's going through the penultimate corner now. He's had an amazing race, as Spiffo unfortunately gets another penalty. But anyway, through the final corner, DxT Mars gets P1! Great race from him. Rob 20 seconds behind. Will come home in a comfortable P2. Effectus hopefully the same. Rico got lapped, finishing him in P10. Spiffo again is in the wall. This is getting a bit ridiculous now from Spiffo. But we all want to see this battle right now. As Effectus goes through the final corner as well. We'll see him off in P3. 17 seconds back with the 4-second penalty somehow. But will the Ket King make a last minute move? Yeah, he's gone for it. He's messed his apex. The Rennie Knight. Yeah, better exit. Unfortunately for the Ket King, he did not time that right. Anywho, it'll be P6 for Rennie Knight. P7. No, never mind. The other way around. The Ket King got P6 in the end. Oh, that's not going to be nice for Rennie Knight. As you see, DxT Glitch coming across the line now. Collecting P8. Simseku, the remainder of the points runners. Spiffo still trying to just drag the car home at this point. Simseku also getting a penalty at the end. Rounding up the top 10. But anyway, as you can see, DxT Mars P1, Crop P2, and Effectus P3, who all will get the most points and also be invited to the party shortly after the race for commentary. Interviews, yes, that's the word. I completely have no idea. Anyway, Rennie Knight would driver of the day. I believe probably starting what starting P9, I think. Anyway, as you can see, DxT Mars getting that big detailed trophy, which is nice to see. Doing the London Norris bottle of champagne business. I know it's not his, but oh well. And the Racing Point race engineer at the time getting some champagne pulled all over him. Anywho, this has been the Chinese Grand Prix. Lots and lots of penalties. Nice driving from the Kit King and Krob, who avoided penalties. As you can see, DxT Miles indeed did get the fastest lap. Also, driver of the day will be interesting. But I think I will give it to DxT Miles. Started well on those mediums. Obviously came from third to win. Despite getting 9 seconds of penalties, the cheeky boy. But yeah, once again, unfortunate for DxT Joker, not finishing the race. But overall, I think this has been a good race to commemorate Antoine Hubert. As I feel that we did him proud by representing the league for him. But anyway, if Miles, Krob, and Effectus will remain, I will message you now and try.
Woo.
Make sure you guys include your audio.
Yeah, I have.
Effectus. Audio inclusion.
My inclusion?
Yes, include your audio.
I did.
Good.
Great.
As we will wait for P2 being
Krob's not coming.
Plus... How do you know?
He said in the party he's going to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So no P2 then. Anyway, we have Miles. How do you feel like your quali went, knowing you were one of 2 in qualifying to go on the medium tires?
I was on a slower tyre compared to everyone else for qualifying. Felt got as high as I could. Effectus got me at the end, so it would have been a P2, but Effectus just got that position. But it was a solid qualifying, best I could have done, to be honest. Yeah.
Effectus, how did you qualify? How do you feel your qualifying went?
It was quite terrible, to be honest. I had some problems at the beginning and I couldn't set a lap time for literally 10 minutes on the first 50 minutes. So I was planning to go out with mediums, but I just couldn't do it. So I just decided to make a lap with softs instead. And we get it. Yeah, that was quite fun. I could have get the pole if I had one more chance, but it just didn't work out this day.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate for yourself. Mars, run us through how you feel your overall race pace was going through that race, knowing you had some people like Krob, who's also up there, potentially getting that P1. But unfortunately, due to an error, he just wasn't able to maintain the gap.
I felt on the start, I thought I was going to get swamped because everyone was on the fastest time, but I felt I got the best start I actually could have done. I made one position and then I was on the outside, so I had to concede it going into turn 1. But I thought I managed my race pace well. I mean, I got time penalties, but it didn't really make a difference. So I thought I had good pace throughout the whole race, didn't make any mistakes. So it was good.
Nice. Effectus, you didn't cheat your way to victory, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Only getting P3, still a podium. Most of the race, I noticed you were squabbling with Hobo. But unfortunately for Hobo, he just dropped off the pace. How do you feel about getting P3?
Well, that's my first actually podium on the Transnation, so it feels really good. I'm quite happy, but during the race it was after the first stint when I got the mediums on, the Hobo was really closing in on the softs. He was actually able to pass me, and I try to undercut him, which works in the end. And I had a 3 seconds penalty on average lap 20 or something. So I was just trying to run off, and then I came to realize that it was Hobo who actually had another 3 seconds penalty. So I was relieved back then. So it wasn't really quite interesting, actually. It was one of the boring races that I get to my podium. So it kind
Yeah.
of feels weird, right? I mean, yeah. We quite had the same pace with Hobo right there, but he just fall off the pace towards the end. So yeah, it feels good.
How are you guys feeling going into the next round then? Round 5?
What track's that? What, Netherlands? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to save ERS around there, but I think it should be
Really?
interesting. Yeah, it is. You can't really save ERS. If you use it, then you won't get it back unless you pit.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I mean, I've never really driven there besides the time trial or the single player career mode, so it's gonna be quite interesting. To be honest, I really love this track.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see
Anyway.
how people can overtake around there. Not a lot of overtaking places.
Yeah, that's gonna be challenging.
Yeah, you have to be super brave going into the majority of those corners.
Yeah.
And they will cut you up if they don't want you there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you guys for joining me in the commentary box.
Thank you, mate.
Worries.
Your interviews. Unfortunately for Krob, obviously said he didn't want to be here. Don't blame him. You want to get away as soon as you can. Unfortunately, you two got dragged in. Effectus has no choice in the matter. Miles is optional. Anyway, yeah. Thank you two for joining me. I have been your host, DxT Thomas, commentating for DxT Transnation Esports. This was round 4, China. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I shall see you next week.